Hello friends, again I am here to solve your problems which are related with the immunological terms. Now today's our most important topic, it is the structure and function of spleen. Now in the previous video we are discussing about the structure and function of the lymph node, which is again the secondary lymphoid organ. Now our today's topic it is about the structure and function of spleen. Now, if we are structurally defined or describe about the spleen, this spleen it is an fish-sized or it is an kidney-shaped encapsulated organ located in the left upper quadrant of the abdomen. Now, specifically, it is present near to that of the abdominal cavity, and it is the largest lymphoid organ and responsible for the filtration of the blood in the human body. Now, again one of the important thing which is related to the spleen, it is an entirely intraperitoneal organ. Surrounding to that of the abdominal cavity, there is the presence of the peritoneum, which is a transparent membrane, and at that side there is the presence of spleen. Due to that, it is considered as an intraperitoneal organ and it can mobile within the abdominal cavity. The capsule which is present as an outermost covering to that of the spleen, it is consist of dense irregular fibroelastic tissues. Now the connective tissue of the capsules, these are containing the contractile cells. Now these contractile cells which are present within this capsule, these are called as an myofibroblast cells, which is elastic in nature, means these are responsible for giving the elasticity to the capsule, that is either there is the increase within the size or decrease within the size according to the need. Now this helps to discharge the blood stored within the spleen into the circulation. Now the capsule it is also allows the spleen to significantly increase in the size whenever necessary, and at the time of discharge of the blood again there is the reduction within the size of the spleen. Now the major parts which are present within the spleen, these are consist of the stroma and the parenchyma. The stroma part of the spleen, it is specifically consists of the meshwork of reticular connective tissues, that is the stromal cells. These are made up of or containing the reticular connective tissues which are responsible for supporting the red blood cells and the lymphocytes. Now the second major portion of the spleen, it is the parenchyma. This parenchyma, it is preferentially it divides into the two morphologically distinct compartments of the spleen. Now these are considered as a red pulp and the white pulp, which are separated by the tissue layer called as the marginal zone. The white pulp, it is the lymphoid tissue that is usually surrounding to the splenic blood vessels, which is the part of the red pulp. Now here it is the structural distribution of the spleen. The outermost covering, it is the capsule. Then here the compartments, these are get formed. This reddish color it is called as the red pulp, and the whitish zone it is called as the white pulp. Now the tissue layer which is separated this red pulp and the white pulp, it is called as an marginal zone. The another important part, it is the periarteriolar lymphoid sheath, it is present. Now within the white pulp again there is the presence of the primary follicles and the germinal centers. Here the primary follicles, these are the developing cells which are not get activated, and here the germinal, those of the follicles which are containing the germinal centers, majorly these are containing the activated B lymphocytic cells, within which there is the presence of the plasma cells responsible for secreting the antibodies after the stimulation by the antigen. Now the primary follicle, marginal zone, periarteriolar lymphoid sheath, these are present within the white pulp. Now within the red pulp there is the presence of the vascular sinusoids. The sinusoids, these are the major portions present within the spleen. Now here there are the two roots within the spleen. Here there is the presence of the veins and the arteries which are entered within the spleen, responsible for transferring the blood within the spleen. Now the red pulp is a network of splenic cords and the sinusoids. The sinusoids, these are nothing but to the wide vessels. which are filled with the blood, and it is present within the red pulp that most of the filtration occurs. Means these are the sites where there is the filtration of the blood. Again, the second most important part, that is the white pulp of the spleen. It contains the typical lymphoid elements such as the plasma cells, T lymphocyte and the lymphatic follicles. Now these lymphatic follicles, these are nothing but the primary follicles and the secondary follicles. The germinal centers in the white pulp serve as the site for the lymphocyte production. That is, these are the site for the production of antibodies. The macrophages which are present within the red and white pulp, these are responsible for initiating the immune reaction which are resulted into the production of antibodies. Now the most of important this function of the macrophages, these are due to the, as these macrophage cells, these can be acts as an antigen presenting cell towards the B and T lymphocytes. Means those of the antigens which are present within the blood, these are represented by these macrophage cells towards the B and T lymphocyte. Then there is the activation of this B and T lymphocyte and the immune response, these are get develops. Now about the red pulp. Now this red pulp, it occupies the majority of the stromal tissue of the spleen, and which are consisting of the cords and the sinusoids, that is the wide vessels. The cords of the spleen are the cellular aggregations which are supported by the reticular connective tissues, and they appear as an strips and consist of macrophage, plasmocytes and the blood cells. Means preferentially the blood cells and the antigen presenting cell, that is the macrophage, these are present within this. Now these splenic sinusoids, these are found between the cords of the spleen which are filled with the blood and give the red color appearance to this red pulp. The blood, it slowly flows through the sinusoids. Means firstly this blood which is filtered within the spleen, it is transferred within the sinusoids where it is exposed to the macrophage. Now whenever there is the exposure of this blood to the macrophages cells, the antigens which are present within the blood samples, these are trapped by these macrophage cells, and then these are get presented towards the immune cells which are present within the spleen. Now we are discussing about the white pulp. Now this white pulp of the spleen, it is made up of the three different compartments. The first one, it is the periarterial lymphatic sheath, that is the PALS. Means in short it is called as the PALS. Then the lymphatic follicles and the marginal zone. Now marginal zone, it is the layer of the tissue which is responsible for separating the white pulp and red pulp. Now the periarterial lymphoid sheath, it consists of the central artery, that is a branch of splenic arteries which is surrounded by a sheath of lymphoid tissue. Means a central artery, a single artery which is responsible for transporting or transferring the blood within the spleen. It is surrounded by the sheath of the lymphoid tissue which is called as the periarterial lymphoid sheath. Here the lymphoid tissue organized into the two layers, the inner layer and the outer layer. The inner layer, it is mainly composed of the T lymphocytes, due to that it is called as the T zone. And the outer layer has the more diverse cellular morphology containing both the B and T lymphocytic cells. The branches of the central arteries are surrounded by sharply defined areas of the B lymphocyte, comprising the lymphatic follicles of the spleen. Now majorly these follicles which are present, there are the two different types of the follicles, these are present within this area, that is the primary follicle and the secondary follicles. Now those which are containing the immature cells or the nerve cells which are not introduced to the any type of the antigens, these are inactive cells, these are called as an primary follicles. Now the second one, that is the secondary follicles, these are responsible for showing the distinctive centrally positioned zone which is called as the germinal center. Now within these germinal centers, these are the sites for the production of the lymphocyte. Means here these are the site for the antibody secretion. Means within this germinal center there is the presence of the plasma cells which are secreting the antibodies. Means there is the conversion of primary follicles into the secondary follicles after the antigenic stimulus. The germinal centers, these are also contain the follicular dendritic cells. which also increase in the number after the antigen activation. Means whenever there is the presentation of antigen towards the B lymphocytic cells, majorly these follicular dendritic cells, these are also increased within the number. Now these are supporting the B lymphocytes to initiate and modulate their immune response. Now the most important part, that is the marginal zone. It is found on the very edge of the lymphatic follicles containing different immune cells that are well equipped for the starting an appropriate immune response, and it is responsible for separating the red pulp from the white pulp. Now it is all over about the structural anatomy of the spleen. Now we are preferentially discussing about the functions of the spleen. What is the importance of the spleen in the human body? Now the most important function which is performed by the spleen, it is the blood filtration. It is responsible for the filtration of the blood. It means majorly the spleen, it is responsible for trapping any type of the antigen or the foreign particle which are present within the blood. Due to that, the main function of the spleen, it is the blood filtration. It is considered as the graveyard for the red blood cells because it removes the old and damaged erythrocytes from the circulation. Now it is the second most important function of the spleen, that is preferentially this within the spleen the aged cells or the aged red blood cell or the old red blood cells which are not functioned properly, these are get removed. We know that the life period for the red blood cells, it is about the 120 days. So all of the red blood cells which are completing their lifetime, majorly these are get discarded within the spleen, and this function it is done by the macrophage cells which are present within the spleen. These macrophage cells, these are phagocytose and destroy the older erythrocytes and then recycle their iron from the hemoglobin. Now during the fetal development, before the bone marrow fully develops, the spleen, it is an important site of the hematopoiesis. Means if we are consider the functions of the spleen, two opposite functions, these are done by the spleen. That is, these are responsible for the destruction of the red blood cells and these are also responsible for the production of red blood cells. Means both the destruction and the production site of the red blood cells. The 1/3 of the circulating platelets are stored in the spleen. Now the most important disorder which is related with the spleen, it is the splenomegaly. Splenomegaly, when the splenomegaly happens, it is responsible for destroying the more thrombocytes which are present or which are stored within the spleen, and this can result into the thrombocytopenia, that is reduction within the platelets. Now the second type of the disorder which is related with the spleen, it is the rupture of the spleen. If the spleen it is get ruptured, due to the rupturing of the spleen, it is one of the most urgent medical condition and it is usually occurs due to the traumatic injury in the upper abdominal region. And if there is the destruction of the spleen, preferentially there is the reduction within the platelet, there is also reduction within the blood filtration, and also we are losing the site for the production of the red blood cells. So it is all over about the information of structure and the function of the spleen. So if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.